Hey guys, welcome to my channel, Fidget DIYs. I'm Lynn, and I do home decor, thrift flips, dupes, all the things on a budget. I post new content once a week, so I hope you'll stop by, join us for some entertainment. If you have not subscribed, please do so and join our YouTube family so we can continue to grow the community and learn from each other. And if you're returning to my channel, thank you so much. Your support means the world to me. Now, I think I've said everything, so let's fidget. Alright guys, for this first DIY, I've got Waverly white chalk paint and these plastic Easter eggs I still have around in my craft room. And I'm just going to paint the smaller top side of these eggs with one coat of that. And then I'm going to come in with pavement and chestnut mixed together and just put one solid coat over the white of those eggs. Then I come in doing an up and down motion with some terracotta. And after the terracotta, I come in with the third and final color, the lightest, which is a classic caramel. And all three of these colors are by Apple Barrel, by the way. And I put the names of those right there, so if you need to, you can pause it and check that out. And here I've got the thick twine from Walmart, and I'm going to go around the wider bottom side, which is, it's going to wind up being the top of an acorn. I think you guys can kind of pick up what I'm putting down at this point. And at the very end of wrapping that, I stuck a piece of twig that I got out of the yard in the very top and wrapped the twine around that so it would kind of hold it. And I did all of that with some hot glue. It made the little acorn stem. So, and I'm going to cut the excess of that off and make the tippity top look all nice. And I do that for all three eggs. And now I've got this bowl that I made ages ago out of napkins and Mod Podge and wire. It was pretty nice, actually. I like it. And I'm adding some real oak leaves, real sticks, real moss. I'm just making it kind of look like a little portable autumn scene. And once I've got everything in there the way that I like, here's how it turned out. And you can do just a lot of stuff with these little acorns. You could make a garland. You could make I'm going to make a door hanger thing coming up pretty soon. And I mean, they're just very flexible with their display possibilities. Alright, for this next DIY, I have this pottery piece. It is a brush McCoy piece. I have two of them, so I figured I would mess with one of them. So I used painter's tape and went over the top of the base with Sandstone by Waverly. And I did 2 or 3 coats of that on there. And once I'm finished with all the coats of that, I pull the painter's tape off of there. And I'm going to use my X-Acto knife to go around and just kind of scrape off where the paint bled through the tape. And now I'm going to come back and tape it off again with a little thinner stripe below that sandstone color. And I'm going to use color. What color did I use, guys? Classic Caramel. I used some Classic Caramel by Apple Barrel and painted that little strip around the middle. And I believe I did 2 coats of that as well. And when I went to pull the tape off, it kept trying to pull the paint with it. So I just took my X-Acto and went along the edge of the paint and the tape and pulled, and it worked. You see my thumbs up. It worked. Now here I have this little copper leaf that I got off of a candle holder at Dollar Tree. And I'm just going to use the little leaf part and some pieces of twine that were removed from burlap for another project that I had done. And I'm going to just take that and tie it around the neck of the vase. And here it is. And it was hard to get the color to come out on my video, so I apologize for that. But other than that, I think that this turned out just beautiful. Y'all let me know down in the comments what you think of this one. Start this plate craft that I'm doing, and this little guy was on the plate when I came out from inside, so I guess he's gonna chill and watch the next step of the process. Alright, I'm taking these gems, the craft gems, you can get those at Walmart, but I got this little tub for $1. What? And I'm using some super glue, and I'm going to do that around the whole plate. Now guys, I painted it white. I'm sorry you missed that. And I painted the little piggy black. I'm sorry. I lost it. I apologize. You see where we stand though. Those little flowers were made previously, and so here we are. Now I'm going to distress this plate and give it some dark edges and just, go ham on it. Pun intended. Okay, I'm ridiculous. So I put a coat of Mod Podge over the whole plate, and I let that dry. And I didn't show this part either, but I put a popsicle stick on the back of the pig, because I'm going to put him on the very front of this. And I'm trying to make kind of a pocket behind him. And that's going to... Oh, wait, what am I doing? I'm so sorry, y'all. This one's ridiculous. I don't know why I put it in. Actually, I put it in because it's cute. Anyway, you see what I did, kind of. And this is how it turned out. And I just think it is adorable. And I apologize for the lost footage, but... sorry. Let me know what you think. Alright, for this one, I have this little container. Not little, it's a big old container, actually. I got that at the thrift store, too. Those are, I say vase filler. My daughter says it's for slime. 6 one, half a dozen the other, you know what I'm saying? And I drew diagonal lines on a piece of paper that fit on the inside of this candle jar I cleaned out, so that I can use that as a guide for putting those beads on this glass with some super glue. And I'm trying to get a hobnail effect, because I'm duping this thing, and I guess I'm going to have to put the picture at the end, because I forgot to put it at the beginning. And here I am finishing up the very last one, and I'm going to pull the paper out from the inside of that, and I set it aside and let it dry real good. And now I've got White by Waverly, and I'm going to pounce that all over the jar. And that pouncer is actually a foam hair roller. I got a whole pack of them at the thrift store for 50 cents. Just so, and you can find it in packaging and stuff like that too. Just, it's cheap. It's, it works. And now I'm coming in and going around the beads with the same color paint. I'm just, the pouncer didn't get that spot. So I did it. Once everything dried, I used some matte Mod Podge and did a whole coat of that, one coat. And I made sure to go kind of sideways when I was brushing it on there, because I didn't want it to, like, cake around those beads. And then I make sure everything's dry. And then I come in and fight with this twine for what seemed like 20 minutes. And I wrapped that piece that I cut off around the jar 7 times, like in the picture that you're going to see here in a minute. And I burned the little fuzzies off. Look at that, y'all. That's one of those twine boogers. Oh, they drive me insane. I don't like them. They bother me. And here is my version. And here is the picture, so y'all can look at them side by side. And y'all let me know. Did I nail it? Or did I fail it? In the comments. And this one I'm just throwing in here because it's another fun idea for something to do with a coffee can. I roughly sketch out in pencil the size shape that I want, size square. And I use some painter's tape to go along that so that I can use my razor blade to cut straight across to remove that piece. If I had thought about it, I'd have done that after I did the paper around the can. But, you know, hey, c'est la vie, huh? So I used the can to make a circle on the top of this coffee box. Yeah, I drink a lot of coffee. Don't judge me. And I use my razor blade to cut that out. And I make sure that it fits on the inside of that can. And I left a little thing for me to, a little, what is that? Just a little piece of cardboard, an extra piece that I can grab onto and paint this thing in black. So I paint the whole thing. And after that dries, I came in with some stir sticks. And I put a few of those on the back of this. Ooh, that was my head hitting that thing. The way it shook. Ooh, my bad. I was having a day that day. So I just put a few stir sticks along the back side of this thing just to give it some stability. I don't need much stability. I'm not going to do a lot with it. So, and after I'm happy with that, I come in with a rock. I believe, yep, here's my rock. It's heavy. And it'll hold, I'm putting the lid back on eventually, and I'm putting my camera stand on here to get more height. So I needed that rock to hold everything down pretty well for me. That's what we're doing. And now I sized everything up. Yep. And I'm going to cut that scrapbook paper out. And this is just a formality, but I mean, I like it because it has to sit on my desk and I got to look at it. So I picked a good, cute paper. And now I'm just taking a glue stick and I'm going along the back side of the whole piece. Now it does take 2 strips to go around the back side and the front side of this thing. So, you know, do with that what you need to. And you can always do anything else you want. You can paint it. You can, you know, sky's the limit with those coffee cans. Am I right? And I cut the little hole out of the paper from the front of this coffee can. And now I'm going to line the sides of that with some paracord. And here it is. I've got a little cubby. I keep some twine in there, my little remote for my light. And I just wanted to share a little fun idea. Let me know what y'all think. Here are a couple more videos that you guys might enjoy. I post new content every week, and you can also connect with me on Facebook and Instagram. Please subscribe, like, and share. Let's continue to grow the community. And like I said in the intro, learn from one another. A big hug to my subscribers. It's been a lot of fun getting to know you guys. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time.